Everton got a win last night, and they got it against their great city rivals, Liverpool. It's come at a good time, has it not? I mean, despite the multiple points deductions and ownership issues, have Everton now secured one guarantee in a time of uncertainty, Simon?
Yes.
And that is Premier League football next season. You gave it a resounding yes. Sean Dyche said this on breakfast.
Well, first things first, we've got more work to do for ourselves. We know the story. Under my watch, we should be on 41 points. So that's been a challenge in itself. When the heat comes your way and you're thinking, look, I can only clean so much of this up. I can't clean everything up, one step at a time. But we've taken 3 out of the last 4, 3 big performances, 3 clean sheets, 3 wins, and 3 at home as well, by the way. And then we're going into this next run of games. So I think we're really focused on that. The idea that, the league and who wins it and all that, that wasn't the goal of last night. I can assure you it was to put a team out there that can challenge a top side in Liverpool and take the game on, and I thought we did that.
Where are you at with Everton this morning, Simon? I mean, there's been so much talk, 777 partners and everything like that, and Farhad coming in for an enormous amount of criticism from Everton fans. Job done, Sean Dyche, I agree with you. But with a new stadium on the horizon, has this season been a case of short-term pain, long-term gain?
Well, we'll see about the long-term gain, because we don't know how it's going to play out for them, whether they're going to get a better ownership model than they've had previously. It's going to make better decisions, isn't going to ladle them with debt and then put them in a situation that they can't fund anything vaguely resembling a football team on the field. That's the worry with a model that seems to be in place for 777 Capital. But job done, Sean Dyche. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. He gets a points deduction in the last time round, bang, they get a run of results. Okay, they got their heads handed to them last week, 6-0. Probably did them a favour, because that would have got Dyche into their ribs, and Dyche doesn't muck about. And here comes 2 results. Boom, Nottingham Forest. That's a relegation rival. Thank you very much. Whatever the outcomes, whatever the rage and infuriation by Nottingham Forest and all the allegations of corruption against the referee, job done for Everton. In comes Liverpool, job done. Done his job. 8 points more, they'd be sitting in 14th in the league. Nothing much to shout about. But notwithstanding it, when you're in the trenches, I said to you, it'd be interesting to see the reaction from Everton, because I think the reaction from Everton after the next points loss, which was the one they lost recently, would be that they would get going again. And here they are. When the moment comes, Dyche does this. This is what he does. This is why you put Dyche in the dugout. Whether Dyche can get you further up the table with a bigger football club, Burnley will say he did once upon a time, but that's a different criteria than Everton.
But are there more ownership bumps in the road still to come?
Maybe. But right now,
seems they are.
Right now, you can only eat what's on your plate.
True.
Right?
True.
And in this instance, what Sean Dyche's job is, for the love of God, don't get us relegated. We've got a stadium over here. We need to be in the Premier League. We don't want to be anywhere near the Championship. Thank you very much. And we're going to make sure that every encumbrance is in your way. You can't buy any players. Some of the players you've got aren't bloody good enough. And ultimately, we're going to have point sanctions. But beyond all that, get on with keep us in the division. And that's what he's done. And he should be given all the prerequisite amount of plaudits for it, because irrespective of what Liverpool were and what they weren't, you still got to beat them. You still got to beat Nottingham Forest. So you've now put yourself in a position where 33 points is likely to keep you up. And he's done his job.
Yes.
And he can go into the summer looking at the opportunities that lay in front of him, and then worry about what kind of hors d'oeuvre is going to be served up by the next set of owners.
I think it's changed since he ditched that shirt and tie.
Do you think it's the
got the tracksuit on? Is that not the case? It seems everybody is on the phone this morning. If it's not Liverpool fans, it's Evertonians calling us. Steve, good morning. What do you want to say? Big Evertonian.
Good morning, Jim. Good morning, Simon. Thank you for having me on the best radio station in the world. Simon, give me 20 seconds, please, on the other side, the dark side.
Okay.
Let's get it real, Simon, right? They're crucifying this man now. I've been on here for 20 years, this radio station, luckily enough, and I'm telling you now, I've never had Klopp. But what I'm not having is the way they're crucifying that man. What they're doing, they're crucifying him. They're throwing the trolleys out the pram, and they're making excuses. Van Dijk making excuses. I can go on and on and on. And the true listeners and the true people who understand football know what that club's like, right? But Klopp does not deserve what these are saying about him.
Who are these? Who are these, Steve? Liverpool fans, you mean? Some Liverpool fans?
Listen, there's only Liverpool who like Liverpool, and we all know that, right? All over the world, it's only Liverpool who like Liverpool. No one else likes them, and there's a reason, Jim. There's a reason. It's the Liverpool fans who are calling their own now. And the quick one on Klopp, for me, he shouldn't have said none. For me, that should have been said 5 weeks ago what he was going to do. But that's with insight. But he shouldn't have brought that out. That's the Liverpool factor. Jim,
but that's media, Steve. That's getting in front of the media agenda, and not so much agenda, but the media cycle. Someone would have outed Klopp, so that's the reasons why he went in front of it, because Liverpool wanted to control the narrative, so he couldn't do right for doing wrong there.
Possibly, Jim. But in this world we live in, no one's going to tell you what to do, Simon. Regardless, there's always a way, and really, I think that's come back to bite them. And so Liverpool plays today. You crucify your team. Them derbies that I know and I watched when I was 6 years of age. We went to them derbies and we give everything. I said 3 things yesterday. I said we lose 3-0 or we win 1-0. We give everything and we sleep well. But what Everton do, and what Sean Dyche has done, a little bit on Sean Dyche is, for all what's gone on off the park, Jim, I've banged on for years of getting Sean Dyche to our football club, because there's no one on this planet, including your Pep, that can do what he's done with our football club with all what's going on. He's got to tune out to them players. The only thing he's lacking for me, Sean, I was on this morning, is that he needs to get rid of Onana, we need to keep Brathwaite, and we need to build. And I said this last year, Jim, and the year before, this is Everton Football Club. Keep throwing it at us, and we'll keep knocking you down. Knock us down, and we'll get back up. We'll be bigger, we'll be stronger, and we just need a little bit of quality to that side. Keep the faith, Everton. Keep the faith, because Jesus Christ was an Evertonian.
Steve, I love the way you build up to an amazing crescendo and rallying call as he gone. Sam, there's one thing I was thinking about last night as I hit the sack after watching it. I tell you, one guy that would really have enjoyed that last night would have been Bill Kenwright.
Yeah.
Wouldn't he?
Yeah.
And all too often, of course, he saw his beloved Everton lose to Liverpool. On this occasion, it was a sterling effort on the pitch.
Well, absolutely.
And they got the result.
Given they haven't got an outcome in that fixture since 2010, absolutely. It is as much about Liverpool as it is about Everton. Everton's turned up, Liverpool didn't. But I think you've got to give... I can't emphasise it enough. I don't tend to spend my time waxing lyrical about football managers. I tend to find some of the things about them that they don't do. You've got to give Dyche a hell of a lot of credit, because whilst I think background noise can be easily put away, the fact that the problems off the field, like who's going to own a football club, that doesn't really affect the players and can be used as an excuse. But when you needed somebody to step up, this is what characters and leaders are made of. Sean Dyche might not be the most fashionable, he might not be the most charismatic, he might not be the most flamboyant, but this is what characters and leaders should look like. When the tough get going, when it gets tough, you need guys like that. Yeah,
and 8 points taken off them, Simon, and they're still going to stay up.
Yeah, he's done his job. He's done a great job. He's kept it together. He's gone through all of the challenges, and to win the games they've won when it really counted, to beat Nottingham Forest and Liverpool back to back, I think well done to him. Well played.
Yeah.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.